What is the main headline going into the combine in your estimation, DJ?
Well, I think this league, Rich, as we saw in the Super Bowl, is about quarterbacks and those who can get to the quarterbacks. And I think, maybe some of the headlines have been, well, this isn't the sexiest quarterback group, after what we saw last year and what it looks like could be on the horizon next year. But if this is a draft where you're looking to find guys who get to that quarterback, you are going to love it. I mean, it is loaded with edge rushers. You've got two from your school.
Yep.
Among about 6, 7, or 8, I could see going the first round and getting ready for the combine and talking to guys who've been training these dudes. They're going to put on a show for us, Rich, so I can't wait.
And yet your mock draft going into the combine, it's 2.0 for those who might have missed the 1.0 that came out in I guess, January. Evan Neal, the protector of all Alabama Crimson Tide quarterbacks, is going to be the choice of the Jaguars. They're going to go to try and protect Trevor. That's what their choice is, do you think, when it's all said and done?
Yeah, and again, that's how – I do the mock drafts, kind of what I think they would do, not necessarily what I would do or how I have guys ranked. In my updated top 50, Evan Neal's my 5th player. I like him. I like the pass rushers better. I just think, if we fast forward a year from now, Rich, and the Jags are coming off of, a 5-12 season, and the defense has played great because you've added Aiden Hutchinson and you've paired him up with Josh Allen, but the quarterback doesn't take any steps forward. I think they would kind of view that as the organization not necessarily where it needs to be. Whereas I think if they're the same 5-12 team and they're maybe giving up some points, but you see the trajectory start to take off here for Trevor Lawrence, I think you'd feel much better about things. So I just feel like this whole offseason, it started with Doug Peterson. Every decision the Jags make is going to be to try and help out their young quarterback.
And so you've got the Giants who have 2 picks in the top 10, right? They've got 5 and they've got 7. And in your mock draft, you have them taking no offensive lineman. A pass rusher, Trayvon Walker of Georgia, and then Drake London, a wide receiver. You think that's what they're going to do when it's so clear that line is so dreadful? Is that what you've got on your list?
Well, here's the challenge is, first of all, I think they're going to try and trade out.
Okay.
I think that's what they're going to try and do if they can find a partner, because they have a lot of holes to fill. They need to clear a bunch of salary cap space, so I don't know how much they're going to be able to do in free agency. But, yes, the offensive line is a glaring need. But with Evan Neal and Ekwonu off the board, I think you're probably extending and reaching a little bit. Now, I don't think Carolina, from everything I've been told, the picks right behind them is – They are dead set on the offensive line, and I mean, to me, it was like put to me from somebody who's tied in there with those guys. That just no matter what, just give them an offensive lineman, even if you think it's a reach. So that's what I did with them. But with the Giants, I think you look at the other areas of this football team they need to address. Maybe they can do it with some low price free agents. I just look at Joe Shane and where he came from in Buffalo. No first round picks on that offensive line. But what they did is they got serviceable players, and then they used their resources, including trading, a 1 for Stephon Diggs, to put weapons around Josh Allen. So that's kind of the theory of where I went with that, of trying to give Daniel Jones some more weapons. I really like Kadarius Toney, but I'm not going to make, Joe Shane and Brian Daboll pay for the sins of the previous group that paid Kenny Galladay all that money. So I'm not going to sit and wait for him to be a great player, because I just don't think that day is going to come.
Hey, you watched all the way to the end. Thanks for that. Watch more right here.